Hello, everybody. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying that we're in the middle of a thunderstorm, so you may hear cracks of thunder. Hopefully, I will not lose power because I've really been looking forward to this watch along tonight. Hey, Blissful. Um, so hopefully, I'll be able to stay on the air for the duration of this watch along. We had a storm a little earlier today, and then they said we might have more storms this evening. But I hoped against hope that we wouldn't. But right about 10 minutes before I started this thing, it started. So, again, may hear rumbles of thunder, may hear cracks of thunder, but hopefully we'll not lose power. And hopefully it won't mess with internet connections or anything like that. Now, the last time I talked to Uncle Bill, he said he might try to be on this one. But he said don't set anything in stone. So if he shows up, great. If if he doesn't, then the show will definitely go on. And who knows, if he doesn't join me for this one, perhaps he can join me for summer school tomorrow night, which will probably start about the same time, about 7 p.m. Eastern time for summer school watch along. Hey, Rooster. I don't know how many other people we'll have in here tonight for this one. There may be so many people that are not familiar with Superstition, or AKA The Witch, to even, they may say, well, I don't give a shit about that. I don't know what that movie is. So I don't hear this one talked about very much, but as I was trying, there goes the thunder again. As I was trying to find a copy for people to be able to watch on their own, I did see a lot of reviews for it on YouTube. Even Rambo had done one. I forgot how long ago it was. It could have been a year ago or a few months back that he did a review. I didn't get a chance to watch and see what he thought of it. And also the Hysteria Continues podcast also did a whole entire show on Superstition a while back. So this was a movie that Steve introduced me to. It's from 1982. I had never heard of it, didn't know a thing about it really. And this is on one of the occasions when I visited him at his house early on before we were dating and all that, where he told me that he had recorded something called Superstition. I was like, okay. So he fell asleep during it. I think he had seen it before, but I hadn't. And I thought it was great. I thought the effects were great. Anything that puts a child in extreme danger, and I'm not talking about a little bitty kid, but about 12 or 13 years old or so, is, usually horror movies don't necessarily do that. So it's unique when they do have a scene or two like that in the movie. So as usual, I'm going to do my obligatory blabbing before the watch along to allow, a few more people to get in here. I do have the link in the chat. Hopefully it hasn't disappeared. I'm going to star it. A link in the chat in case somebody wants to join me on here at any point in time, barring it not being 30 seconds before the movie is over. And also, if you don't own your own copy of this, I have my Blu-ray copy that I'm going to be watching. I believe you can rent this on YouTube. I was not able to find it for free version. You can rent it on YouTube, I believe, and also Amazon as well for like $3 or something. So if you don't want to buy it outright, but you want to, have a kind of cheap way to watch it for this watch along, you can get it for about $3 that way. Bliss, will you say it's still there? Maybe the glitch got fixed. I hope so. We've only got 3 people in here now. I was kind of hoped against hope that we would have more. Perhaps people got things going on that, or maybe it's still too early. Maybe 7 o'clock is too early, but, I toyed with the idea of making these at 8. Um, but, truth be told, only one person told me 8 would work better for them. And that person is no longer in these, on these watch alongs or in these chats. So I guess for now, I will keep it at 7 o'clock. Um, unless, several people tell me different, that 8 o'clock works better for them, or, if they've got a stream that they're doing at a certain time and they will be done by 8 p.m. Eastern time as opposed to 7 p.m. Eastern time. Good Lord, drop down to one person. Of course, it could be storming other places too, and people may just, they could be without power or anything. I was really hoping that this one would be something interesting that people would find. But again, I don't know what's going on with other people, what kind of busy things that they might be involved in. Probably CK is still gone on his family vacation, so I fully don't expect him to be in here unless I'm wrong about that. Blissful, are you still in here? Because maybe you're the one and only person that's going to be in here. There may be a bunch of stuff that's going on this weekend that I am not aware of, not in the know, all of that stuff. So, and like I said, it wasn't set in stone that Uncle Bill would be here and would be able to do this with me. And Rooster, you're here. Well, I'm seeing 2 now, but it's kind of going back and forth. So I don't know if that's a glitchy thing with StreamYard or YouTube, that maybe people are in here, but it's not registering. But we got them daggone flies flying around here again, or one at least. I hope you guys don't mind me eating my Snickers Blizzard. Blissful, you say, I just had a thought. Is CK following Taylor Swift on tour? Eek. I don't think he's doing that, but I know that on his family vacation, they did go to Memphis and went to Graceland and all that stuff. I saw pictures on Facebook of that. And that looked pretty cool. I would like to visit Graceland sometime, but I don't know that I'll ever get Steve to do that. So, Rooster, you got the movie queued up. Good deal. Actually, I have got my Blu-ray about 10 seconds in. It's in the black screen before it starts showing, not necessarily the title, but the producers or whatever. Let's what you say, Memphis is fun. Yeah, it looked like, they were having a good time in Memphis. So it wasn't, it was CK and his wife, and I guess her whole side of the family went on this trip. So it looked like it was a lot of fun. But anyway, what was I? Okay. I don't know what I was talking about. I guess it's kind of making me nervous because Steve was going to watch the beginning of this. He never watches them all, or all of the stream, probably because I go on so damn long. But I did want to go over the upcoming wash-alongs real quick here. And then I've got one thing to show on the Daily Grindhouse, and then I guess we'll go ahead and get this movie started for those of you that are in here. So tomorrow night will be summer school. That, again, will be starting at 7 p.m. Eastern time. July 15th is the 1990 Scream. July 16th, Sleepaway Camp. July 22nd, Jaws 2. July 23rd, Say Anything, the John Cusack movie, and one of my all-time favorite John Cusack movies. July 29th, Sleepaway Camp 2. Daggone, guys and gals. I've been fighting sinus and allergies again, too. Okay, July 30th, Sleepaway Camp 3. August 5th will be my first ever two-part watch along. You'd think I'd been drinking, but I haven't been drinking anything other than lots of caffeine. August 5th will be Stephen King's Salem's Lot, directed by the late great Tobe Hooper. August 5th will be part 1. August 6th will be part 2 of Salem's Lot. August 12th will be what is referred to by many as a horrible, horrible movie in which really nothing happens. But I love it. That's Terror on Tour. Uncle Bill, do you have a way to watch Superstition? You say you're coming in. Because I was telling everybody I couldn't find a for free version, but I did see on Amazon and I believe on YouTube as well that you can rent it for like $3. So you're going the Amazon route? Okay, awesome. I don't know if it's storming where you are, Uncle Bill, but here in good old Louisville, it's rocking and rolling and everything. So hopefully we will keep power and internet and all that stuff. So, okay, August 13th will be what many refer to as one of the greatest rock movies ever made, Almost Famous. August 19th is the original Pet Sematary. August 20th, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. August 27th will be the original Carrie, directed by Brian De Palma. And August 27th will be Mystic Pizza. Again, going to attempt to get my hot little hands on a frozen Mystic Pizza from the local Whole Foods. All right. So, now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and kick the Daily Grindhouse off. I got one thing to show here, and then as soon as Uncle Bill gets on here, we will get on with this watch along. All right, so here we go. All righty. So, what I got in, you guys and gals that are my friends on Facebook will probably know what I got in unless you missed it. And that is, I got my very own copy of, this is a German release of Ruggiero Deodato's Body Count, which is supposedly uncut. But in all honesty, guys and gals, and I told the guys when we did that Deodato stream on Uncle Bill's Tour of Italy that I had a VHS at one time, a Body Count that was supposed to be uncut. And I remember Stuntman Mark asked me if I remembered anything specific about that uncut version that may have been different from like the Tubi version. Okay, I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. There may have been a little bit more blood. Might have lingered on some of the carnage for a few seconds longer. And I'm not sorry I bought this, but I don't want anybody to go out there saying, oh, God, there's going to be lots more blood and guts and gore and all that stuff. No. You might have a few more seconds here and there of a little extra blood, lingering a few seconds on some of the carnage. But it's not going to be a humongous difference in the kills between the Tubi version and this version. So if you're already a big fan of body count, then I'd say, yeah, you could pick this up. But don't, run out to see it because you think there's going to be lots more, as Joe Bob would say, slime golfoa uh, splashing around on the screen. Okay. But however, I will say that I think this looks a lot better than the version that's on Tubi. Now, there's that thunder crashing around again. Um, but I just lost my whole train of thought there. Stuff just gets me way off track and way off balance and all that. What was I going to say? Oh, of course, my 4K player that I put this DVD into might have been upscaling this slightly, but I thought the colors were all bright and stuff like that. There were a lot of fall colors in this movie, and it looked pretty good. And I took a few, screenshots of it and put it on Facebook. So some of you may have been able to see that on Facebook. So that's what I got in. I'm going to put this link back in there for the benefit of Uncle Bill in case he needs it put back in there. Shoot. There we go. Oh, what in the world? Okay. I kind of hope it's not storming where Uncle Bill is because that might impede him being able to come on here. So Uncle Bill, I put the link, the invite back in the chat in case you need that. So yeah, while we're waiting for Uncle Bill, does anybody have anything that they want to discuss, suggest, any of that stuff? Any of the three of you that are left in here? Again, and Uncle Bill says Terror on Tour is still awful. I think until Uncle Bill and CK's Dying Day, they're both going to say that Terror on Tour is still awful, no matter what I say. And that's okay. I don't expect everybody to enjoy the movie. I realize that I'm fully in the minority there of liking Terror on Tour. So I wish this storm would go ahead and pass so I don't have to worry about possibly losing power or anything. But I don't know. I hope I haven't lost Uncle Bill. Uncle Bill, you still with us? Because I don't want to start the movie until he can, get in here. I know Uncle Bill does have trouble with his internet sometimes. I'm not sure if anybody. I was thinking Dirk and Darren were done with their thing, so it doesn't really look like anybody. Well, as far as subscribers that I have, I mean, people that I'm subscribed to that I see doing any kind of streams right now. Ah, there's Uncle Bill. See, that happens every time I go away and I'm looking at some website and he comes back. All right, so let's add Uncle Bill here, or he gets bored.
Come
Hey, Uncle
on.
Bill.
Come on, Dana. Let's do this shit.
We only got 2 people in here, and one of those 2 people is probably you.
It's just me and you now, Dana. It's the only people watching this stream.
What the hell? This is a great movie. I can't believe this.
I don't give a fuck. I never cared about anything like that anyway.
Like how many people are in
Yeah.
when you're doing something.
I just wanted to watch this movie, and I feel like,
Yeah, I was going back and trying to find a free version of it. And I found out like maybe a year or so ago that Rambo had done a review of it, but I didn't get a chance to go back and see what he said about it. If he
you won't
loved
find
it.
much that Rambo didn't do a review of at some point in time. Right?
I
He does like
know.
4 reviews a day.
Somebody had it was a request. Somebody had asked him to review it. And Hysteria Continues. They did a whole podcast on it. So several people have done reviews on it and talked about it and all that. So is it storming where you're at?
Not yet. It was raining a little bit earlier, but it's not been storming or anything real bad.
It's thundering around, so I hope I don't lose any power. You can take over for me, Uncle Bill, if I go kaput. Maybe
That'll be fine, Dana. Let's see what it says here. We got like, yeah, it's probably gonna start storming here in the very near future. From the looks of this forecast, so we'll see. I always like to watch horror films in that kind of condition, anyway.
Well, yeah, if I don't lose power, or don't lose internet or something like that, it's fine. Don't get struck by lightning and die here on camera. It's all right.
It'll be a hell of a stream, though, wouldn't it? It'll be a hell of a way to go.
That would probably be my best stream ever.
Yeah, we're all going out anyway, Dana. So you might as well be entertaining.
I'd be frying like I was in a frying pan. All right. So
I've never seen this movie though. This is my first time watching.
I can't believe you've never seen this one.
Now I hope I got the right one. Is this the one that stars James Houghton?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you got the right one. Like I said, I have, of course, the Blu-ray.
Where in the hell did you even get the Blu-ray at, Dana?
I think I got it from Amazon.
I mean, is it like Code Red or
Screen Factory put this out?
Oh, that's probably long out of print then.
A few years back, they put it out.
I guarantee that's out of print now because Screen Factory never keeps anything in print.
And Studio Canal actually had something to do with it.
Let's check it out real quick. I'm gonna check it out and see like if it's out of print. I guarantee it is. See, I just can't get stuff like that.
Oh, Blissful, that's okay. You're working on a special design you're excited about. I totally get that.
Here's what I say, Dana. This is kind of my opinion about these kind of matters and stuff. I don't give a damn if you come in here or not. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you come in here or not. This is between me and you and this movie, Dana. If there's nothing else that goes on, I'm going to finish watching this damn movie.
So the design you're doing, it's for me, Blissful? Oh, well, thank you. I do care about that. I do care about if people are making stuff for me.
Yeah, I mean, if she's making stuff for you, that's fine. I'm not talking about her in particular either. I'm just talking about anybody in general.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to be. That way you just get on here and have a good time. Don't worry about, if you've got 1 viewer or 1,000 viewers. It's
right. You don't have to worry about, whatever bullshit monetization nonsense that you think you need to worry about or how many of your buddies you're going to offend. You can just get on here and say ball sack and things like that and just move on with your life.
Well, Garrett's not in here tonight, so.
Yep.
Garrett's is he still on trying to lay low for a little bit?
I don't think so. Like that dude tries to get booked on more shit than anybody I've ever seen. I don't think he's trying to lay low. I just think he's trying to not be on shows like ours because we have a tendency to to say things that might
Yeah,
get
but
you.
you guys are, I mean, you guys are fun though. I mean, I don't really consider you guys overly vulgar or anything. You might say stuff here and there, but that's part of what makes you guys fun is you just get on there, you do whatever. If people are in there, great. If people aren't in there, great. But you know, uh, what is it that Damone says on Fast Times at Ridgemont Highs? Like he says something about your attitude. You got to have this attitude about women that
Hmm.
you don't care.
Yeah.
What's he say? I don't care if she comes, stays, lays, or prays. Whatever happens, your toes are still tapping. So you guys are kind of like that with your shows.
I
Um,
just I feel like that it's almost like nowadays a lot of YouTube people are thinking like they're going to get sponsorships with Mountain Dew or something. So everything that they say is like just the lamest, most safe things that they can say. And
yeah, but that just makes things sanitized. And I'm not saying this about Garrett. Garrett is purely entertaining, but some people it's like they become so sanitized that their entertainment is not entertainment anymore. It's just it's a business, I
yeah, I
guess.
mean, I feel like it can easily turn into that. Um, especially if you're like getting things and stuff like that. If you're getting, movies or you're getting like recognition or, you start to gain stuff and then you have more stuff to lose. And then it becomes really boring.
And to be honest, and I'm not putting anybody down for this, I've gotten all of maybe about $10 in super chats since I got monetized. It's like, you
So,
know,
I mean, I don't know. Like, you can't really make a living doing this.
no,
Like,
you can't.
even um, the biggest of the guys that I know of that do the kind of stuff that we do, they can't make a living at it. And I mean, these are people with like 50,000 subscribers and things like that,
Yeah.
you know. So, I mean, if you're doing it under that assumption or the assumption that it's going to go viral or get big or something like that, then you're probably delusional. Narcissistic, delusional, combination of both. I don't know. But the only reason to do it is because that you want to do it and because it's fun and you like doing it, which is why I'm going to watch this movie because I want to fucking watch it.
Yep, and we're going to get to that. Blissful, you say weird. The chat keeps disappearing. I don't know. Probably more freakish stuff happening with YouTube is all I can think because I don't know, or it could be the weather here that's messing with my stuff. I don't know. Um, hopefully it'll get lined out here in a little bit. Um,
But you remember the one we watched when we watched Offerings, and I really enjoyed watching that because you
yeah,
had seen it and I had not seen it. Like, and same thing with this. So I'm hoping that this will be the same type of like, you know, experience. Anyway, it's not the same type of movie, I'm sure, but at least that.
no, this is the other title that this one was under, I believe, was The Witch. Nothing to do with that witch movie from a few years ago, but
The Vitch.
yeah, that one.
That one. Yeah.
But oh, boy, so you say it happened in another chat? Oh, I got you. Um, but there was another movie that was supposed to be the sequel to this, but I think Steve and I tried to watch it. It wasn't nearly as good as this one. I think it was called Witch Story or Superstition 2. But yeah, I don't remember that one being nearly as good. And I would just like to say, um, I wouldn't want them putting kids in real danger in a movie, but there's something kind of unique and exciting when they put 12 or 13-year-olds within the safety confines of a movie. They put them in danger or something happens to them, just like on uh, Sleepaway Camp 2, where the two kids those two boys that have been peeping at all the girls at camp, trying to catch them with their tops off.
Oh yeah.
Angela ends up killing them, and Diane, one of the other counselors, finds them, and she says, "Hey, what are you two doing? What did I tell you about this?" And they've already, been killed by Angela. You don't see that very often. So this is another movie that puts a boy of that age in peril. So I don't know. You just don't see that very often. And I believe this one does have a scene with a head in a microwave, and there's some other unique kind of kills. And it's the basic story is a witch puts a curse on this area from a long time ago, and basically bad things will happen to the ancestors of the people that burned her at the stake or whatever you want to call it. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get this started here. I am 10 seconds in on the Blu-ray. And I know, I guess, Uncle Bill, you rented it, right?
Yeah, hold on. Let me turn the sound down first. Let me get 10 seconds in here. Okay, I'm on the title screen, Dana. Where it says
All right.
Superstition.
Maybe I'll let, where it says Superstition on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me just get mine there. All right. All righty. So we're going to do the 3, 2, 1. If Blissful, are you going to be watching along? I know Rooster said he was queued up. I hope he's still in here. If I don't hear something
Rooster
from
Cogburn.
Okay. I'm going to give it a few more seconds, and then if Blissful doesn't say anything, because sometimes she watches a movie, sometimes not. Sometimes I think she's just in here chatting. So
Everybody should be in here right now, though. This is going to be a damn experience.
Now, I hope you like this movie, Uncle Bill. I hope you don't like it. God, Dana, this is awful.
it? Listen, the only thing I want to know is it better than Terror on Tour?
In your eyes, yeah, it's going to be a lot better than Terror on Tour.
That's all I'm worried about.
Blissful says she's just listening. Rooster says he's here. All right. So we're going to do the 3, 2, 1 and get this started here. So 3, 2, 1, press play. And there's James Houghton, and Albert Salmi's on here too.
Don't forget about Lynn Carlin.
And Larry Pennell. We'll just name everybody off here.
Jacqueline Hyde. Wasn't there a movie called Jacqueline Hyde?
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure it's like about a...
Billy Jacoby is in this movie, guys and gals. I believe Billy Jacoby's the one that gets in peril here.
It's bad when you get in peril. You gotta watch out. There's too much peril.
I was thinking Billy Jacoby was on this, but it's been a little bit since I've seen it, so I didn't want to speak out of turn there.
Let's see here. Oh, Mario Casar is the executive producer. What did he do, Dana? Did he do Friday the 13th or something?
Are you saying about Martin Katrasser?
No. Mario. He's some sort of big hot shit movie producer that's done other horror films.
I don't know. I'd have to look that up.
Hold on. Oh, okay. So he is. He's produced Rambo: First Blood, Stargate, Total Recall, Terminator.
Wow.
Basic Instinct, Showgirls. Pretty much anything you can think of. Cliffhanger.
So this opening scene is typical of a lot of horror movies. You got a couple in a car making out. And of course, they're in a place that they shouldn't be. They're always in a place they shouldn't be.
Oh, this place is so freaky.
I gotta see if I can turn the subtitles on this.
You can. You know Screen Factor's got subtitles.
Surely.
I don't like the cut of this guy's jib, though. I don't like his look. He's got that hair that's like sprayed, into place. That shit ain't moving
Oh,
nowhere.
yeah. I don't like the looks of this guy, period. He's untrustworthy looking.
Mm-hmm. The girl looks like Daphne Zuniga a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. And they always he's got her down in the seat kissing on her, and she's like, let's go somewhere else, please. And they never end up going anywhere else because the guy just, makes her forget, makes her become stupid or something. I don't know.
I've never had a vehicle that you could do that in the front seat anyway. Because the goddamn gear shift's always right there. So, like,
Uncle Bill's telling more about his personal license.
well, yeah, I mean, you can't really bang with the gear unless you want it up your butt or something while you try to.
Oh, man.
I guess if you had one of those, the kind of transmissions that go like they're on the side there.
Mm. Ah, that guy was playing a prank on him. That's typical of horror movies as well.
It's Artie.
Good old Artie. Something tells me something bad's gonna happen to Artie.
Yeah. Back to the Beach, Bliss. That was a great movie. I used to watch that all the time on cable.
I don't know if I've ever watched all of Back to the Beach.
Oh, it's amazing. It's
Coco, this is 1982. I think there is a Superstition on Tubi, but I don't believe that's the right one because I tried to do my research on this to try to find a free version.
Isn't there another one called something like this where it's like Confederate soldiers or like dead soldiers
Maybe.
or something like that? Or maybe that's Superstition. I could have swore there's one like that has a really cool poster. Or that's Supernaturals. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, Supernaturals. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
you shouldn't have kicked the door, dude.
It's not 2014, I promise.
No. Yeah, 2014. Nope, this one is 82. And I think this might have been either a Canadian production or a Canadian co-production as well. Which is also strange, though, that it seems like a lot of horror fans don't talk about this movie.
Yeah, I know I've never seen it because I don't remember any of this.
This beginning part kind of reminds me of House by the Cemetery.
So I'm curious, Dana, how many times do you think you've seen this movie?
This movie?
Yes.
I would like to say I've seen it more, but probably maybe 3-4 times, maybe. Oh, this might be the head in the microwave thing. Yeah, Coco, I did find a version that was in Spanish, and I was like, that's not gonna help unless somebody speaks Spanish.
I found when I was trying to do for that Martino thing, I found a version of All the Colors of the Dark, and it was completely in Spanish. I'm like, what the fuck? What are you going like? And the subtitles were in Spanish. Like YouTube, you can find that stuff on YouTube that way. But
well, I was pissed at first about body count. because it is a German release, but I was fully expecting it to come on and be in English because I've seen ones like that. And damn it came on in German, and I went in there and was complaining to Steve. I said, I got this damn thing and I can't even understand. It's in German with no English subtitles or anything. He said, Dana, did you try changing the audio on the remote? And I kind of felt
I can
stupid
see
then.
Steve saying that too that way.
So sure enough, I went in there and hit the audio button, and it went into English then, and I was like, well, thank God. Well, this is not going to end well for Charlie either, I don't think.
No, probably not.
Coco, if you want to spend about $3, I know you can rent it on Amazon. But I don't know if everybody wants to do that. I'm assuming that's what Uncle
I'm going
Bill
to tell
did.
you though, that's what I did. I'm going to tell you the transfer on here is pretty good. Like it's definitely a Blu-ray transfer of some kind. It's not horrible for a movie of this caliber.
Which means these dark scenes look pretty damn good then, I would imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks good.
Because they look good on my Blu-ray.
Flannel shirt guy's just kind of walking around right now.
Yeah. I've seen other movies that even when they were on Blu-ray, you couldn't see anything. It was like if something happened, heaven help you if you wanted to see what was going on.
Well, Body Count was like that. I'm trying to watch that shit on there.
Like, but I was saying earlier, though, I don't know if the 4K player was up converting this DVD a little, but it looked a lot better than Tubi to me.
It about have to. That Tubi stuff was awful for that. Oh, there you go, Dana.
Yeah, I knew there was a head in the microwave shot.
It's not bad. It's not bad special effects. Oh!
Damn.
It's on the tube in 4K, apparently.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. Who in the hell would have put it out in 4K?
I don't know. I'd like to get my hands on a physical copy of it in 4K. I think I seen something that said 4K, but it's one of those clickbait things. Like you go and you click on it, and it doesn't show you the movie. It wants you to go click on a link.
I hate that shit. That's the worst. Yeah. Like, I can always tell which one of those are going to do that too.
Yep.
Oh God. He getting stabbed in the ass? Where's he getting stabbed at? Oh, it's in the stomach.
Oh, they're in his leg.
Dana, I'm gonna tell you right now, this movie's already like exceeded my expectations.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna enjoy it, Uncle Bill.
Okay, so hold on one second.
I'm 1106, 1107.
Yeah, something like that around mine too. So of course, the Scream Factory version of this is sold out. It's been out of print probably forever. Let's see if there's like a foreign version that everybody's talking about. I mean, maybe that's where the 4K comes from.
Could be. I just know this is what preachers and church people sit around talking about, raising the collection, the amount people put in the collection plate.
Dana, are you going to get Irwin Allen Master Disaster Collection from Shout Factory?
Probably not.
What in the hell even is that? What did he even do? Hold on. Flood, fire, hanging by a thread, beyond the Poseidon adventure when time ran out, the night the bridge fell down, cave in. Much junk.
Yeah, Coco, that's what I call clickbait. That's what I was afraid they were showing because you say, I don't know what's up, telling me to click the link in the description, but I can't for some reason. Those things are all over YouTube, unfortunately. I wish they'd get those people
Yeah.
for doing that shit. Oh, hey, Tim87. I haven't seen Tim in here for a while. He says, hey, y'all, happy weekend to you. This is a nice, obscure gem for sure. Very underrated with great atmosphere and gore, etc. Great pick. I'd have known Tim would have seen it.
Uh-oh, Dana. Uh-oh. Guess what?
Did you find it?
It's Diabolic's got it right now on the Scream Factory version for $22.
Uh-huh.
So shit on, I'm just gonna buy that.
You gonna buy it?
Yeah, because it's sold out on everything else. I'm thinking about getting My Demon Lover too, but I don't know.
Yeah, Blissful says on YouTube, if it says HD, never click on it.
That's right.
That's probably a good idea.
That is a good point.
I'm having a little ice cream or a blizzard as we watch this masterpiece.
Did you get that DoorDashed? And if so, are you ready for the repercussions of your actions?
I did. No, actually, I got this Grubhub, not DoorDash.
Oh, okay.
But I think I've already reaped the repercussions several times.
That's right. That looks exactly like the van from Texas Chainsaw, except a different color. Did you notice that?
It does. I didn't think about that, but yeah. So I think this church is getting a new priest. I think that's when all the problems pretty much go into high gear. It's gotten quiet around here now, Uncle Bill. It's probably heading y'all's way.
Oh, yeah. Within the next hour, there'll be a big shitstorm here, I'm sure.
Blissful, you say it's so odd I can get alcohol delivered, but not food.
Really? Who delivers alcohol?
Oh, I can get alcohol delivered. I have before. I just had to send them in my ID one time.
Yeah.
And now they got it on file. And if I order alcohol, they'll deliver. I don't do it very often, but Rooster, the timestamp's 1534. Coco, you say curtains is next to it, so clicked on that to see. Not 4K, but looks a lot better than the crappy copy I have. I've got the Blu-ray of Curtains. I know I did a watch along for Curtains a while back. The heck?
I have no idea. Just thought that took me off guard for a second.
I think that guy might be I'm trying to say this a PC way, mentally disabled son of that older woman they showed, Elvira or whatever her name is.
Elvira. Oh, you remember the Oak Ridge Boys, Dana?
I do. I do, because my parents listened to them. That's why.
Yep.
Coco, you say we used to have taxis deliver us alcohol at only 18. Couldn't believe they do it. Now, like I said, I had to prove that I was of age to get the alcohol. But once I did that one time, they'll deliver it. But like I said, I don't do it very often. It's only if I really want something specific and Steve won't take me anywhere to get it, then I get it delivered.
Shit.
I hope he's not watching this because he'll say, "There you go, talking bad about me again."
Don't you talk bad about me, Dana. Don't you tell the truth.
Now, some should tell this guy this is a bad idea to do.
It looks like Dewey Lake. That's the way Dewey Lake looks. It's got shit all in it. You don't dare go swimming in it.
Blissful, you say my friend, the drummer in STEM, he loves the Oak Ridge Boys. I never ask.
Blissful, what is STEM?
Maybe I'm not pronouncing that right. I hope I'm pronouncing it right.
I'm sure it's a band, but I mean, like the initials for a band, but I can't figure out something.
Tim says, haha, here we go. Uncle Bill can take the Steve stories, LOL. Well, Uncle Bill adds to the Steve stories usually.
Oh, I don't make them up. I just.
Oh, can't take the Steve stories. He don't mind, Tim.
Yeah, Rooster, that used to be the way it was around here until about a couple of years ago, and then they started selling booze on Sundays. I don't know what happened.
I think you gotta wait here in Louisville. I think you gotta wait till after 1 or something.
You do here
like
too,
that.
yeah.
Unless you go to the restaurant and get it, then they don't give a shit. They give it to you.
What the question was, Blissful, what is STEM? Like, what does that stand for? I'm not hip enough to know what band that is.
I'm not hip enough either. I don't. You would probably be more hip than I am, Uncle Bill. Blissful, you say I found out about the booze delivery after I quit drinking. Yeah, that's a bad time to find out about it. Oh, Tim, you say LOL. I know. I mean, Uncle Bill will be cracking up every time Steve is mentioned. Love it. Yeah, because being married to Steve, I have so many more Steve stories I can share with everybody.
TJ, buddy, look.
Come on,
it's $3. You can either buy this or get 1 gallon of gas.
Yeah. Yeah, gas is almost like $4 a gallon here in Louisville.
And it's already been worth $3. I'll tell you that.
So Blissful says they are a heavy metal band from Buffalo. They had a song featured in the UFC.
Because when somebody says STEM, I'm thinking science, technology, engineering, and math. I was like, surely that.
Yeah, this had 2 M's on it, though.
Math and mayhem. Science, technology, engineering, math, and mayhem.
If it had anything to do with math, it would be mayhem for me because I suck at math. TJ says, haha, I just wanted that reaction, guys, from my comment, LOL. See, that's what TJ does. He tries to get us all riled up.
He's an instigator. He's a shit stirrer. He's a fly in the ointment.
No, I can't say anything bad about TJ. He's came on a lot of watch-alongs I did, and he's helping me with all these horror anthology television episode breakdowns.
He's doing the 4-hour versions of all of the Friday 13th seasons.
We're breaking these up a little bit more because they're 45-minute episodes as opposed to like 22 minutes. No, TJ, you're not a bastard.
You know what's next, Dana?
What's that?
You got to do Freddy's Nightmares next. You got to go through one of them.
I forgot who was. Maybe it was Super Batman Nerd. Somebody was saying, I hate to say this, but Freddy's Nightmares is better than Friday 13th the series, and I like Freddy's Nightmares, but I don't.
Is it though? I don't think it is.
I don't feel like it is.
I don't feel like there's much worse than Freddy's Nightmares. That was kind of a really horrible show.
So keep an eye, Uncle Bill, and everybody else on this little blonde girl that he was just talking to, because she's going to come into play.
Oh yeah, you know it. Woo woo woo, you know it. All right, Dana. So help me out with this as we're watching this real quick.
Yep.
So I have this in my current basket here that of things that I'm thinking about buying. You tell me which ones you would purchase. You ready?
You sure you want me to tell you that?
I don't know. You're all I've got right now, Dana.
Gee,
So, help me
thanks.
out. It Follows the 4K.
Wow.
May the 4K.
I've not been a big. I like May, okay, but I've never been a huge fan of that movie.
Actually, that might be a Blu-ray. I'm not sure if May. Did they put that out on 4K, or is that just out on Blu-ray? I'm not sure.
Oh, keep an eye out for this. Oh,
shit!
I remember.
No,
I knew that priest got killed.
Dana, why had nobody ever told me about this movie? This movie is
Hey,
amazing.
nobody but Steve told me about it, and it was kind of an accident. It just happened to be something that he had recorded at that time. You know, it was when I stayed with him at his house, and we came to Scarefest together, but
Yeah,
not together, but you know. And that was the first I had ever heard of it. Steve was like, "Yeah," he said, "I recorded this movie, and it's called Superstition." And of course, in typical Steve fashion, he fell asleep during it, and I managed to stay awake and watch it, and I was just like, "This movie's fantastic." Yeah, I would have to say It Follows. Yeah, a definite yes to that one.
okay. My Demon Lover. Should I buy that? It's going to sell out soon, so I'll have a
Is
limited
that
amount
the
of time.
one that's got Kathleen Wilhite in it?
I know it's got that Scott Valentine guy that was in Family Ties. I think he's the main dude.
Gosh, maybe I'm getting that confused. If it's the one with Kathleen Wilhite, I'd say yeah.
Okay. I'm definitely buying this movie. I'm buying this right now.
I wonder if CK's watched this one.
I'm not sure I've ever heard him reference this movie either.
You can introduce it to him.
Can't introduce nothing to him though. He's like when he watched the X-Files, he bitched about it forever.
Did he really?
Yeah. He's like, "Hey, what's stupid? I ain't watching no more of that." That's just how he is, Dana.
He just don't want to have any fun.
He just don't know what's good.
So TJ, you say no Pepper Ann and My Demon Lover? Okay, well, what the hell is that movie with Kathleen Wilhite in it? Then?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't like It Follows for some reason, but I saw it at theaters.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was, I don't know, just a different take on that. I guess you could technically call it a slasher movie, but it was just a whole different take. It wasn't the same old stuff that everybody was doing all the time. Yeah, this movie has some of the best kills in it I've seen in a horror movie, especially from the early 80s.
I was not expecting it to
Oh,
be like.
there you go. He's not only getting hung, but he was getting banged around there. I hear your doggy. Okay, I think this is Billy Jacoby here.
Bad boy Billy Jacoby.
Yeah. Yeah, Kathleen Wilhite's in Witchboard, but I could have sworn she was in one of those demon movies with demon in the title. She didn't have a real huge part in it, but she was in it.
I'm trying to think of what movies had demon in the title besides Night of the Demons
Yeah.
and
Well, I
Demons.
know she wasn't in that one, but
Oh, there she is.
yeah.
I'm sure the fact she's dressed all in white has nothing to do with anything. She's not a ghost or anything, though.
Something about her, even though they look completely different, but she reminds me of that creepy little ghost girl with that creepy ass clown doll in Ghost House. Only she's more talkative than that girl. That girl don't say nothing. She just goes around carrying that clown doll around. Dream Demon. Okay, thank you, TJ. That's the one with Kathleen Wilhite. Jacoby's telling them that we got our own pool. And this inspector, he keeps hanging around, but he's never really around when something bad's happening. He just kind of comes and hangs around for about an hour or two after something happens. So something that was always kind of sleazy about this guy that's going to be the new priest is the way he's eyeballing these girls. And the inspector just told him, remember the good book.
That's right.
When that chick had her hair all on her face, that reminds me of when I'm in the shower washing my hair, and I'm sure it looks similar to that.
Oh God.
Yeah, that doesn't look good.
Hmm. Look at the fro on this guy.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Well, of course, it was 82, so.
I can't believe that was a thing where it was like, you know, just fro and perm it out as much as you can.
Well, it seems to have come back in some fashion too now.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh, that's okay, Coco. You say, I'm not watching the flick with you guys, so I feel like the kid sister trying to hang out, but I have no effing idea what the hell and have no business being here. Oh, well, you don't have to leave, Coco. You can hang around. I don't make a rule that people got to be watching the movie. It helps if some people are at least watching the movie, but see, Blissful's not watching it either.
I can tell you it's amazing. So
Yeah, and if Uncle Bill says it's amazing, it must be pretty At least halfway decent.
So far, it's crazy because it's like a combination of an American slasher movie and like an Italian film with the set pieces.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
I can't hear any of the music or anything because I've got the volume turned off. But
Yeah, I do too.
so I don't know what that's like or
But
how
I was
that
trying
adds
to
to it.
remember. I think a soundtrack was put out of this, but I don't think Waxwork or Mondo or anybody like that's put out a vinyl. Could be wrong though. Blissful says, looking for a mug that says, "We don't need Google, we have TJ." That's exactly right. They need to have a search engine that's just called TJ. TJ's my
That
statistic.
sounds like it would work. It sounds like it'd be a legit service, TJ.
Rooster, you say you don't know what's going on. I don't get it. Well, basically, I mean, a witch has put a curse on this property. And the little blonde girl's gonna tie in with what happened historically to this place. And people are getting killed because of that curse. That's basic outline on it. Hey Blair, you say I'm watching for love of the game at the moment. Do you guys know who directed it? Horror relays a hint. Sam Raimi. I can tell you because I try to watch everything Sam Raimi's ever done. Yeah, exactly, TJ. Make you a little extra money. TJ says he should link my PayPal for answers. Well, you're welcome, Rooster. I didn't want to give a long, drawn out description of it, but I mean the storyline's pretty simple, but it may get a little confusing at times. But like me and Uncle Bill said, we're not even listening to the dialogue. We're just watching or looking at the subtitles and looking at what's going on the screen. So that little creepy blonde girl is coming around again.
See, that's a cool shot. A lot
Mhm.
of cool visuals are in this too. How I just cannot figure out how I've never even really heard about this movie.
See, and this is what I love. I've said this before about one of the big reasons I do these watch alongs and these streams just in general is I love introducing people to movies that they never even heard of. And some of them they like, some of them they don't like, but and not all witch related movies are created equal. Not all of them are as cool as this one.
That's true. There's a lot of really shitty witch related movies. As a matter, look at Witchcraft like 1 through 50, or look at like Witchery or some movies like that. Like, oh,
Oh yeah, but I do have Witchery on the same disc or same set as Ghost House, but I didn't buy it for Witchery. I bought it for Ghost House. That lady's got some intense eyes. She looks like somebody that would be in an Italian movie. I fully expect to see TJ at some point in time in a smoking jacket. I tell him he needs to dress like old Jacoby and just one of the guys when he when he has that robe that looks like Hugh Hefner.
She kind of looks like the chick from Creep Show in this.
Mm.
God, what was her name? The one that's
You
goes up
talking
to
about
the.
Vivica Linford?
Is that her name?
The one that killed her father with the
Yeah.
ashtray?
I can't. Yeah. I learned Italian too, Blissful. Baklava.
I wish they had offered Italian when I was in high school. I would have
Shit.
taken it.
They offered. Here's what they offered at my high school. You could take Spanish, or you could take French. And
Spanish
that's
was
it.
the only thing that they offered us, and I took Spanish 1 year in 8th grade, and I think I've forgotten every bit of it.
You know what's funny about that though? For me though, is I took French one, and then the teacher quit, and there was never any French.
Oh, damn it!
She never came back, and they couldn't get anybody else to teach French.
I think this might be when something bad happens to Jacoby here, so just a heads up, everybody.
Oh shit! We mean something bad happens to Jacoby. You
I,
mean the kid?
yeah.
Hell yeah, Dan! This movie's going to go from good to great here in a second.
I didn't even know Billy Jacoby was on this damn movie until, I didn't know about this movie and then was shocked whenever I saw he was on it when I watched it the first time around. Well, if he's going down in the freaking basement, something bad's going to happen here. If what I remember happening is what actually happens, I think this was the point where I said, this movie's freaking great, because where else would you see this?
I wish I could remember any French too, Blissful, but I cannot.
The only thing I remember about my Spanish class is what the book was titled. Churros y chocolate, donuts and chocolate.
What?
It was a churros y chocolate or something. I don't know.
Chocolate.
Yeah, you gotta say it like that, I guess.
Chocolate. Yeah, I've seen Garbage Pail Kids.
I have too. It's been a little while.
It's
but
awful. It still is awful.
keep your eye on Jacoby, everybody that's watching this, because
Was your French teacher Mrs. Gore, Coco? Because that was what mine was named, Mrs. Gore. She never came back after 1 year. She was like, "These idiots. We can't do nothing with them." I guarantee that's what it was. She's like, "I'm getting the hell out of here. I'm going back to
he found somebody dead up there.
Paris or something." Oui, oui.
Maybe I thought we see the return of Jacoby, but he's a little worse for wear. Don't hold me to that now, but you can't find Justin because Justin's dead. Come on.
He's deader than disco. How many teachers had nervous breakdowns back in the day?
I mean, a lot of
them.
My gosh, especially if they had some of the people I went to school with for students.
That's hilarious, though. I mean, that happened.
TJ says he had the worst French teacher in high school. If you weren't good in class after the first week, she gave up on you. She's probably dead. LOL.
Probably.
Well, I'll tell you who the people I went to school with were the hardest on was substitute teachers. They were horrible, the substitute teachers. They made this one woman cry.
That's a bad thing about substitute teachers. You really can't do anything. I mean,
Mm-mm. Now, Uncle Bill, you've taught college classes, haven't you? But you haven't taught high schoolers, right?
no, I never taught high school, thankfully.
You probably wouldn't want to.
No, I taught a couple of years of college.
The only teaching I can say I ever did was adults and teaching them computers. And I liked that. I liked it real well.
Yeah, Coco, that's the thing about bipolar disorder. Sometimes they tend to go like roam off.
Mm.
Something about that particular disorder causes people just to take off and go driving and end up in different states and different
See,
parts of the
I
world.
don't. I guess I don't have bipolar because I don't have manic episodes. I just stay in the depressed state, which is not good either. But I guess it could always be worse. There are worse mental illnesses I could have, like schizophrenia or something. I used
Oh
to have
yeah.
a fear of getting that.
Well, trust me, if you haven't got it by now, Danny, you're not going
No,
to get it.
I don't worry about it so much now, but when I was younger, because they said usually you'll get it when you're young and it'll just kind of seem to come out of nowhere. Oh, well, that's okay, Tim. Um, Most of the time I'm able to pull myself out of it. Sometimes that's why I do these streams is if you can get on here and hang out with people for a while, you feel a lot less depressed. Unless, of course, you get on here and people are giving you shit, and then that's not going to make you feel good at all.
That's never happened. So, what are they investigating, Dana? We got caught up in the mental
I
health talk,
think
and I forget.
because Justin, Jacoby's character, is missing,
Oh, okay.
and I think they're looking for him. Oh, Coco, I've watched plenty of things on schizophrenia that I shouldn't have watched because it terrified me too. I mean, it's just, I watched Strange Voices with Nancy McKeon, and I've watched it more than once, and you talk about that movie made me sad. It terrified me, but it made me sad too.
I read something recently where now they think there's a possibility that schizophrenia is caused by an autoimmune disorder.
What isn't caused by an autoimmune disorder anymore?
But it's definitely a dysregulation of dopamine in the brain. I mean, whatever is causing it is based on that.
I read a book one time about this woman was talking about her struggles with schizophrenia. I forgot what the book was called now, but she said when she was a kid and went to summer camp, that's when she first started hearing the voices.
Yeah.
And this voice just boomed out of nowhere, she said, and told her she was a slut and wasn't any count. She should kill herself. Just, different things and stuff. And that was how it started for her.
Hmm. Most of the people that I talked to that had schizophrenia would have it would almost be like a running commentary about negative things about the person. So it'd
Yeah.
be like you had your own sports announcer in your head talking about like how horrible you are all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And every now and then you'd have people that would have what they call command hallucinations, where that voice would tell you to do certain things as well
Yeah.
as well as how horrible you are. And that's where you get like what's that guy's name? The guy that shot Lennon.
Oh, Mark David Chapman.
People like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Mark David Chapman had even said that there was kind of a voice in his head that was saying, "Do it, do it, do it." You
Yeah.
know. Um, but it's very dangerous disease, unfortunately. TJ says, "No, the chats are filled with well-meaning and diplomatic types." Well, for the most part, TJ, but every once in a while you'll have the rogue individual. Like I just popped into Rainbow's Friday night chat. Him and Stuntman Mark. I think you were on there, or not on the stream, but in the chat, Uncle Bill.
Yeah.
But did you see that one guy, Springwood something or other, came in there, and I just happened to be looking over in the chat and seeing what people were saying, and he was like, "Rainbow Man, you can ban me, but I just want to drop the beef or what,
Yeah. Yeah. I saw
stop
that.
the beef or whatever." And Rainbow didn't miss a beat. He didn't stop and acknowledge this person, for which I want to take a page from his book, because he did not stop and answer this person while he was doing the stream. The only thing he put in the chat was, uh, "I've already forgot about the beef." He said, "The rest of it's on you." And
Yeah.
that was, that was all that was said about that. So I was happy the way he
I mean, you
handled
got to
it.
understand how many trolls that guy has dealt with over the
Oh my
years, though,
God,
too.
he's had
Like,
to deal with tons, I would imagine.
probably more so than any of us.
But Rainbow's like, he may have his rants and stuff about movies and stuff, but I find him to be one of the nice guys out there on the internet. One of the nicest, really. Uh,
He is. Yeah, he really is.
I don't know why anybody would have a problem with him, but I guess why ask why? I don't
I
know.
mean, it's because he doesn't like things, and he says the things that he doesn't like, and everybody's always got a problem with that if they don't agree with your opinion.
So now they're going back and showing
Yeah.
what actually happened to this woman they accused of being a witch. That's not Karen Black, but she sort of reminds me of Karen Black a little bit. Yeah, so they're going to drown her, which being burned at the stake would not be a good way to die, but I have a fear of death by drowning. I think that goes along with my fear of being suffocated somehow, because there's just so much fear attached to that, not being able to breathe. That's why that scene in Tourist Trap bothers me so bad, where he's putting the plaster over and he's
Oh yeah.
slowly covering her face, and they drag that out so long.
You must hate the psychic too, then. 'Cause
I guess I've forgotten about the scene in the Psychic, because that's been
it's
a long.
pretty much exactly the same. Yeah.
Mm, damn. Bliss, what you say? When I want to get aggression out, I completely troll and upset Motley Crue fans. Oh yeah, Blissful doesn't like Motley Crue.
Motley Crue sucks.
I never liked Motley Crue's music. I just never had, you know. But if you like them, that's cool. I don't care. TJ says the fear of death itself is enough for me. Yeah, I mean, I'm not ready to die either, but you know, I think, and doesn't Linnea Quigley as trash say this in Return of the Living Dead? Have you ever thought about the worst way to die or something like that?
Yeah.
And then she starts in with her thing, and then it actually pretty much happens to her in the movie.
So this is your classic like witch puts a curse on people kind of thing.
Mm. Yeah, I'm sure God wants you to drown people. Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense.
Oh shit.
So the whole church is burned down now.
Apparently back in this period of time, Dana, God was all into like just flat out hardcore torture and dismemberment and
That's something that I have never thought of myself as like a super religious person.
yeah.
But I hate when people try to hide behind God as the reason why they do terrible things. And I'm not trying to piss anybody off. I'm just saying that's always something that has bothered me. It seems like every bad thing somebody does on this earth, they want to hide behind their version of God to say, this is why I did this. And, some people are mentally ill that say that, but some people aren't. And those are the people that really bother me. They can be just horrible to people. They can say the most horrible things. And just like, saying God hates gay people and stuff like that. I just don't like that kind of nonsense.
People always think they're right though.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Unfortunately.
thing. So what is the significance of this woman, Dana?
The Elvira woman,
Yes.
I'm trying to remember if she's like somehow related to
The
the
witch?
witch.
It's gotta be, yeah.
Yeah, TJ. TJ says, remember when they said divorce was bad? Now you can get married 3 times and become president. Exactly.
They have to keep moving the goalposts back about what they say that they believe because like society keeps changing. And like it's
And not changing for the better either. It's just, well, Coco, I want you to stay around as long as you want to stay around. You say I was going to go, but it's so hard to leave you guys. I know me and Uncle Bill and everybody in the chat, we're so entertaining. So
yeah. That's what we're here for.
blissful, it probably depends. You say I've always thought marriage was bad. LOL. Now, if you're in a bad marriage, then I think the best thing somebody could do would be to get divorced. And I just hate it sometimes when churches make you feel like you got to stay married and the marriage is just in shambles, or one spouse is beating up on the other or whatever.
I could tell you some stories, Dana.
I'm sure you could. I'm sure you've heard them all and then some. Blissful, you were engaged for 2 hours.
What the fuck? Did you wake up and like or come out of the haze?
She come to herself.
Yeah.
Though, love does that to people, though. They say love's blind. It certainly is blind. And a lot of times people don't see things right off. It takes being married and unfortunately sometimes being in a terrible marriage before they see these things. Oh, Blissful, you got to keep the ring. Did you pawn the ring or did you go ahead and keep it? Oh, wow, Coco. Yeah, that damn insurance. You say I'm codependent. Let's just lay it all out tonight. I need a therapist, anyways, at the moment. I haven't been to see my therapist in a while. I need to do so as well. You know, that was something that used to people would never talk about going to see therapists, going to see psychiatrists. I've been to a psychiatrist, I've been to a therapist. I mean, I don't care to tell people. It doesn't mean that you're psychotic and you're gonna go out and kill somebody just because you're seeing a psychiatrist and or therapist. I've told this story about my mom when she was suffering with depression. She she went to the psychiatrist's office, walked in the waiting room, took a look around, and walked back out the first time. But her depression continued to get worse, and so she finally just had to go in there. And I don't know if Uncle Bill has heard of some of these medications, but Mom was on some heavy duty medications at first, and this was years ago. But I think she was on something called Navane. And they probably don't even give that to people anymore because the psychiatrist ended up wanting to wean her off of that because of the side effects. They got a wine cellar too. Oh, that's nice. Oh, so Blissful, you
Oh,
had
here we go.
a lost weekend in Vegas and you almost got married.
So, dude's down in the wine cellar, and I have a feeling things are about to get interesting right now, then.
Mm-hmm. Ah, damn, they're wasting a bunch of wine though. That sounds like the kiddos.
Yeah.
Or
That's
one of the
Fox.
kiddos. Fox wants to come in here and watch this movie with you.
I don't think I've named much this one, Dana.
Probably not.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God. I didn't see that coming on.
And it's about to get worse.
Business just picked up, if you will. Uh,
TJ wants to know, so how's the gore in this? How many bark bags you rate it by 1 to 5?
I mean, it's not like Fulci level or anything.
Yeah.
Give it about a 2.5.
I might go up a little more, 3, 3.5 maybe. Keep showing that damn cross too.
Well, that's the cross they used in the ceremony that exploded, Dana, and whatever
Mhm.
happened.
It sort of
Oh,
reminds me.
shit, it's on fire.
It sort of reminds me of the one that keeps showing up in the fog.
It's exactly like that, yeah.
I know what they did. They stole that from the set of the fog, and they said we're going to use this on here. I guess they never found Justin yet.
What in the world?
Your doggy's having a fit.
She barks like that all day long.
Sounds like Darcy. Darcy does that too. Every little thing.
Pomeranians are notoriously like vocal. I used to know a person that had one, and they had the Pomeranian's vocal cords clipped. I don't know if you've ever seen that before, Dana, but it's like
I've heard of it, but I just
it's the saddest thing you'll ever see. Because whenever that dog tried to bark, it was like sounded like it was coughing. It was like,
oh, I could never do that. No matter how annoying the barking got, I couldn't do that to my dog.
no, it's brutal.
So there's a rotting body there. Now let's see who it is. Who is that?
Oh,
They're setting off freaking fireworks again tonight. I'm starting to hear them.
damn, they're a little bit late, aren't they?
They'll do this till freaking September, Uncle Bill, around here. People ain't got any sense.
You sure that's fireworks, Dana, and not like downtown Louisville gunfire?
It could be that too, but I'm pretty sure it's fireworks. Oh, there's the
Oh,
mentally
yeah.
disabled guy again.
He just got popped. What in the hell is going on here? He's throwing everybody around. He's ragdolling these dudes.
And he stopped for half a second. The investigator got him.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. That cop just throwed his gun on the ground. TJ said he just heard some fireworks outside his house. Must be a thing today. Now, they were setting them off here last night. Like at midnight, they were setting off fireworks.
It's really weird. So right now it's just a bunch of like, I don't know what they just like searching around for things. They've been doing this for about the last 30 minutes. Just kind of trying to find this kid, I guess.
Yeah.
And whatever else.
I don't think they were expecting to run into the mentally disabled guy. Yeah.
It's green blood. Pork and beans up there. Oh God, bodies.
Everybody's dead bodies are showing up all over the place now.
That sounds amazing, Blissful.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys get fireworks. I get my trumpet playing neighbor. He mowed his lawn in his underwear today. I have so many questions. That is something that I would want to get out of my mind as quickly as possible. Well, he's toast.
Oh. I don't know, Donnie. Did they run out of the budget for the gore effects now? Because now it's just like people are being snatched, and
Yeah,
you don't
I
see anything.
think probably it's like some other movies I've seen where they run out of steam.
You got to go all out to the end. You know what I mean? Like if you're going to start out strong like that, you got to.
Now Uncle Bill's gonna be sorry you bought it.
No, I mean it's got a great weird atmosphere to it. The
Mhm.
first like 4 kill scenes are worth it alone. But I just have a feeling there's going to be something else happening before this movie's over with. So I'm gonna hang in there.
I'm pretty sure it does.
But right now, you can tell they're just buying time to try to like make this movie stretch out to an
Yeah,
hour
I
and a
think
half.
they're padding it out some. This is actually only an hour and 25 minutes. So it's just shy of 90 minutes. And we're an hour and 7 minutes, almost hour and 8 minutes in. I guess any movie's gonna have to have
Yeah.
some amount of padding in it. And then of course I guess you get a little eye candy from these little chickies, but I don't really care about that, but you guys might.
Whatever, Dana.
I'm sorry, Uncle Bill. I don't swing that way. If chicks swing that way,
Whatever.
that's their thing, and it doesn't bother me. But oh damn! Don't you hate when the lights don't come on?
They never do in these movies. Oh, did you buy anything in that Vinegar Syndrome sale, Dana? For
Yeah.
the 4Ks, I mean.
Uh. Well, I know I bought some stuff, but it's just remembering what I bought. Because I'm getting confused about what I. Okay, so Vinegar Syndrome.
I'm talking about the sales they had for the past week too, like the.
I no, I think I bought all the stuff I was gonna buy like early on.
I was curious because they had a couple titles on there. I thought you might want to get for the $18 one 4Ks.
Oh, there's Jacoby.
Ah, shit! I didn't see that coming.
I knew he had to turn back up again.
What?
Now, do you ever remember seeing a kid that they get killed early on and then they turn up like that?
No, that is a new one. That's like some murder set piece of shit there. Let me just go ahead and finish this order on this. Let's go ahead and order this right away.
Oh, you ain't ordered it yet?
No, I was waiting.
Damn, Uncle Bill. I think this is where it's kicking into high gear again because shit's happening now.
Jesus Christ, this movie is just.
Blair wants to know what are the marijuana laws in Kentucky.
Right now, Kentucky just passed medicinal marijuana. So that's all we
Mhm.
got right now.
I love the way Uncle Bill just jumped on that and answered it.
Yeah, well, in my line of work, you got to know these things, Dana.
Exactly. TJ says you can appreciate the human form. It's okay.
Which I would be if that system works like every other system does in Kentucky, I'd be willing to say you could go into any doctor and just be like, my throat hurts, and they're going to write you a
Yeah,
prescription for
I need
marijuana.
yeah. That woman just got thrown
She
on the table
just got
very hard.
ragdolled too. Oh,
Damn.
it's gonna be bad. This is like a wrestling match. Yeah.
And
Just
now
throwing her
this
around.
dude, he shows up like he's the shit's hitting the fan, and now he shows up. And there's Elvira peeking out of her shack or little cottage or whatever the heck that thing is.
Oh, Bob, Bob. I can't help it. I can't get that song out of my mind.
Uncle Bill's going to be singing that all night. Savannah's going to be like, what in the hell?
I don't think Savannah even knows about the Oak Ridge Boys. That's
Oh, really?
classic country right there from the 80s.
We got Daniel Garcia in here. I wonder if that's one of Joe's relatives.
I don't know. Is he saying David Gregory's a great guy? Because if so, it probably is.
No, actually, no. He's talking about this movie. He says this is the Mean Street version of Poltergeist with a witch.
So far, I've been greatly impressed with the amount of carnage in this film.
Yeah. I was hoping you would. I'm hoping this gives a lot of people, or gives this movie a lot more fans after, hearing us talk about it and stuff.
Well, I got one more at least. I know that.
I gotta go back and see what Rambo thought of it, though. He'll probably say, "I hate
Shit all over it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That's one of the things that makes Rambo so entertaining. It's more entertaining when he hates something.
He gets like triple the amount of views when he hates something as he does when he likes something.
Exactly.
And that's the truth. That's sad, but that's what I've noticed.
Well, you can be a lot more creative when you hate something. Okay, here's a question I have, though. And I know it's just a movie, but did you see the skimpy ass clothes? Yeah, the blonde chick's in. Like, what? It's not like she's married. It's not like she's living with a boyfriend. Why on earth would you dress like that? Why would your sleepwear be that way? Now she's running around in front of her dad and everybody.
Dana, look, I ask questions like that.
I have to, Uncle Bill. I have to. Nobody else will ask these questions, so I have to.
We don't ask these questions because we just accept it and enjoy that part of the film.
TJ says anything with rant in Rambo's titles. He says I'll check out those videos from first.
Yep.
Before you check out anything else. Justin's already been found. Like, I guess maybe the mother only saw him hanging upside down.
Now everybody's just kind of breaking off and running for themselves and trying to get away from.
Which we always know is a stupid thing to do, to split up, but they all do it.
This girl really hasn't had that much of a role in this, Dana. If we're being honest, she's just kind of
been chilling out
in the bed. No, the brunette.
The brunette. Blizzle says her nephew just got a mohawk.
That's good. Is he listening to like circle jerks and black?
Well,
Lord!
He found his wife.
Uh-oh. Came from behind the curtain, Dana.
Nothing good will come of that either. Blizzle, you say he's 6. I've seen 6-year-olds with mohawks.
Oh, yeah. Those faux hawks, all the kids are getting those now, yeah.
You ought to have seen one of the haircuts my cousin Heather's little boy. Well, he's not little now, but when he was little, she let Auburn get So a wild haircut, I tell you.
So there's a scene in this that kind of illustrates what I like about this movie, where this guy just gets hit by this mirror, all the glass in the
Mhm.
mirror, and it's all stuck in his head. But instead of it just being stuck in his head, they've got like blood squirting like out of his head, which is great.
Yeah.
They could have just left it alone, but they really kicked it up a
No,
notch.
they get, we had a little padding. Now it's getting shit's getting real again. So, and we don't have much left of this movie. It's hour and 17 minutes in. Uh-oh.
You know what's happening there, yeah. Oh no, no!
Oh, and it's that wasn't enough.
Ah!
Well, they ain't playing around now.
It's a killer. What?
People would think we were horrible
Ah.
if they weren't horror fans. Like, why are they laughing at this?
Anybody that's watched horror films for any amount of times knows why we're laughing, though. I mean,
Yeah.
seriously.
But if somebody wasn't a horror fan, though, and they just stumbled upon this, they would be like,
What the hell they doing?
I did watch Joe Bob last night, or at least the first movie, TJ. He had a weird ass 2021 film from Phil Tippett. Yeah, weird ass. That's perfect explanation of that movie. Mad God. Uh, yeah, and then an anime movie called Perfect Blue, which I had already seen with Steve. Yeah, I told TJ, I told Steve that I think that Joe Bob, because Joe Bob's an executive producer on The Last Drive-In, I think he's trying to expand his audience,
Yeah.
um, and get more people. Um, Not necessarily for ratings, but I think Joe Bob wants to be all inclusive, and that's why he's showing things that he never would have showed on the movie channel even. Um, but yeah, I could see you saying he's taking some creative chances. I think though, at his age, I don't think Joe Bob gives a shit. It, what is Joe Bob in his? Is he in his 70s yet? He's either in his late 60s or early 70s. So I don't think he cares. And I think that Darcy has a little bit of an influence on some of the stuff now.
I don't know what to think about Darcy, really.
I said this before. Whenever I first saw Darcy on the first marathon they did, I didn't know what to think of her either. I didn't like the cosplay stuff. I did not, and I told Steve that she was the worst male girl Joe Bob's ever had. That was my first take on her, but now I just love her. And I think because she really seems to be respectful of all the fans and stuff. I've met her twice, and every time I met her, she just as sweet as can be.
Yeah.
Um, and just I can put aside the fact that she was in porn, because she's just genuinely a nice person.
I mean, I don't care about the fact that she was important. I just always thought she had a really odd personality. You know what I mean? Like all the other male girls were real kind of, I don't know, extroverted and very kind of,
You
and
know,
she's
have you read up on her, like, I guess her personal life, or have you ever really listened to her talk about her personal life? Because
no.
her childhood must have been horrible.
Wait, what the fuck?
What? Oh, the He stabbed the
I
little girl.
know.
Yeah, but I told you that that little girl is going to tie in with the whole witch thing. She
Listen,
is she is literally the reincarnation of that Alondra. The
I mean, yeah, but I just did not see that coming, like at all. So this little, like, really sweet looking blonde girl that's just been kind of roaming around, that just got stabbed in the chest with a crucifix. Like,
right.
she looks like she's about 6 years old. This movie is crazy as hell.
Yep. Um, but I'll talk more about Darcy here in a little bit. But
Oh,
we
sorry.
got to
Yeah, I
no
that
no. I was just saying that I didn't want to distract you from the movie, Uncle Bill, because
of
you
all the
almost
things that I thought were going to happen, that was not
that was not one of them.
in my playlist. No.
Yeah, I guess technically that could be putting another child in peril, even though she was the reincarnation of the witch. Man, everybody's doing Timu shit, Blissful. I ain't kidding you. We went to visit Steve's mom recently, and
What the
she
hell is
bought a
Timo?
Timu pie. Oh, you ain't seen all these Timu videos, people? It's stuff from China. You gotta wait weeks to get it.
But it's like really super cheap
It's
or
super
something.
for the most part, it's super cheap.
Yeah.
So he just got drug into the water by, I guess, the witch. And so before we talk a little bit about Darcy, what's your overall? I mean, I've been hearing you say things here and there, Uncle Bill, but what's your overall take on this movie?
It's an hour. It's like an hour and 25 minutes long. It has some amazing, like, gore and kill scenes in it. It's got a great atmosphere. It's got some great, like, gothic set pieces. I give it an 8 out of 10. I mean, it's
I'm gonna
a
go up a
really
little bit
good movie.
further, 9 out of 10, I'll say. But me and Uncle Bill are pretty close on that.
If it wasn't for all the bullshit in the middle with them, like, searching for 30 minutes, then but I mean, it begins and ends incredibly strong. I'll say that.
And again, Uncle Bill can't believe that he hadn't seen this thing.
No, I already ordered it. So if that tells you anything, like, I ordered the
Yeah,
Blu-ray.
he didn't waste no time. Um, I just want I want to see if you can get CK to watch it because I've never heard him talk about this movie either. So my take is he's probably
You
not.
can't get him to watch. That's what I'm saying. You can't get him to watch anything. Like, he's just in his own. He's in his own
He's in
world.
his own world,
He don't pay attention to me.
the world where you go
Anything
to
else?
Taylor Swift concerts and.
Yeah,
But it looked like they did have a fun trip to Memphis. I saw the pictures.
yeah. I mean, that's a good place to go to.
So back to Darcy real quick. Darcy must have had a horrible childhood, and I'm not trying to tell tales out of school, but I read like she does blogs and things like that, and I've also heard her talk early on the last drive-in about her personal life. I think it was the first Christmas show that her and Joe Bob did. They both told really personal stories. And Darcy's story was that her and her son basically were held hostage in a hotel room by the guy she was with at the time for probably over a year. And she finally was able to break free of this guy, and her and her son escaped. And she got to the story where she was, some people might roll their eyes at this, but she says that's when she got into stripping. And she said that she made so much money at that time that her and her son had the best Christmas ever. And she was free of the abusive boyfriend, husband, whatever he was. And I was just like, you poor thing, just the thought of somebody being held captive for
Mhm.
any amount of time. It's just it's unthinkable, but yet know that it happens. So I was just shocked. And she's also told stories about, I think this was in her blog, that when she was a little girl, her mother told her, "Don't smile because you have a horrible smile. It makes you look awful." And she's told different things here and there. And I can just only imagine being constantly told that you're ugly and stuff like that. I mean, how hard must that have been on her growing up? And then when she got to be an adult, bad things still happening. So I just have so much respect for her, especially after reading those things, seeing her talk about different things. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know. You told that story before, and I'd heard that story about her and the thing with her ex boyfriend or husband or whatever. And I didn't know the other stuff though about her growing up, but that does make sense because she's just got like her personality is very. Yeah, you can just tell she's been through some stuff. Like it's very timid would be a good
yeah,
word as
yeah.
opposed to you know.
And she said too many times that when she first started being the new mail girl for Joe Bob, the Joe Bob was constantly having to say, "You need to talk more, Darcy. You need to do the, you need to do more." And she said, "I was scared to death.
Yeah,
I didn't want to do." And I think that's where a lot of that timidness came from early on. Now she seems like she's coming out of her shell and stuff. And I don't know if you've heard me tell this story, Uncle Bill, or not, but I told you I met her twice. And the second time I met her, she bought one of the candles I made. She was like the first person that ever bought anything on my Etsy
oh
shop.
wow,
And so she bought an Ernie candle. I actually put Ernie, the bearded dragon that's on the last drive-in. I made the sticker, sealed it up, put it on the top of the candle, and then I had these different scents that I made up to kind of go along with the last drive-in theme and Joe Bob and Darcy. And so the scent she got was Darcy's vanilla sugar.
yeah.
And so I made this candle, I sent it to her, and I also sent her some stickers that I made of like her and Joe Bob and Ernie and all of that. And there was one that had the logo for the last drive-in. And I sent her a sticker of that. So when I met her for the second time, I told her, I said, you bought a candle from me. I said, "I'm the one that you bought the candle from." She's like, "Oh my gosh, that's so awesome." And she said, "This is yours too, right?" And she had the little, do you remember when she was wearing the little mail girl outfit where she had the little like purse fanny pack
Yeah,
type thing?
yeah.
Okay. I noticed that she appeared to have something on that whole season with the Last Drive-In logo, but I never dreamed it was that sticker I made.
Was that what it was?
Yes, and she pointed at that because she had that same outfit on when I met her the second time, and she said, "This is yours too, right?" I said, "Oh my god, yes." So she wore that the whole season. So it's like something I sent her as an extra. She actually
Wow.
incorporated into her uniform or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, just and she was telling me how awesome I was and all that stuff. And she just really went for somebody like me that feels small a lot of the time and insignificant. When somebody says that you admire, says something like that to you, it really makes everything feel so much better. But I just had to share that story.
Yeah, it's a great story. I'd never heard that before. I didn't know she did done any of that. So that's cool.
Hmm.
Yeah. So she seems like at least a nice overall person. So that's good.
And I'm not saying that like Honey, the male girl, like Joe Bob's first male girl. I saw her at the first thing we went to, the Joe Bob How Redneck Saved Hollywood. I
Oh yeah.
drove Steve to that show twice. He was like, "We don't need to go to this show again." But they came to Louisville twice, so I was like, "Steve, we gotta go. Come on." He said, it's basically going to be the same stuff. I said, I don't care. I want to go again. So
Steve had
I
a
got
busy nap schedule napping to do.
took out one of his naps for the day. But yeah, I mean, Joe Bob's cool too. I don't want anybody to think that Joe Bob's not nice, but um, I just don't think any of the other male girls have been that into the fans. They were just merely on there with Joe Bob to read the mail or give him the mail or and make sarcastic comments to him and him wanting to grab their butt or something like that. Him saying, he didn't actually do it, but him making comments over the years to all the male girls. They were all good, but I don't think any of them, other than Darcy, have had a rapport with the fans
Yeah. You may be right.
before.
I mean, I didn't really think about it like that, but she definitely does seem to care a lot more about the fans than the rest of them do or
Uh,
did.
yes, Mayor, I do have an Etsy.
I didn't know
I
that either, Dana. That I completely
Yeah,
didn't know
my
that.
my shop. I don't have much on there now. I still have the candles. I'll do horror candles or last driving candles. I'll still do those, and I'll do stickers, like the last driving stickers and stuff. But I had a little incident where I ended up taking some stuff off of there because this girl got real nasty with me that ordered something and just gave me a bad review and blasted me on instead of saying, "Hey, this wasn't what I thought. Can you give me a refund or something like that?" And I would have been happy to do it. Instead, they blasted me on Etsy and said that they were so pissed off at the quality of it and yada yada yada.
What the
Uh,
hell was it, Dana?
it was I was getting tumblers, like, or pint glasses. I'm sorry, not tumblers, pint glasses. And I never lied about how I was making these because I don't have a really elaborate setup to do these things. So I was offering last drive in tumblers that had Darcy and Joe Bob and Ernie and the last drive in logo on them. Okay. And I told people specifically, these are stickers that I put on the glass and then I seal them with a food safe sealant. Okay. And I tell people specifically, you want to hand wash these things. Don't put them in the dishwasher. I tried to be as thorough as I could about, telling people how to care for these things. And I've had one, Uncle Bill, that I made for myself. It was the first one I made, and I've drank out of it and hand washed it several times. The artwork's fine on it.
Hmm.
So this girl basically said, "You might as well get you some stickers and stick it on a glass. That's the cheapness you will get with this." They said that they were coming off, some of the stickers were coming off. I double and triple check things before I send them out. Um, so when I saw that review, I private messaged this girl and I said, if you had privately sent me a message instead of blasting me publicly, I said I would have given you a refund or a replacement, whatever you wanted if you weren't happy with it. But I
Yeah.
said you chose to blast me publicly on Etsy and made me look bad. Um, and they come back at me and said, I I don't want a refund from you. And what did they call me? Gosh, I'm trying to think what they call me. Basically,
Shit dick casserole.
I didn't call. No, it wasn't that bad. But that I was ripping people off.
Oh, okay.
And finally, I just had to block them, and I didn't want them seeing my stuff. But so I wouldn't run into that again with another crazy ass person, I told Steve, I said, I'm taking the pint glasses off of there until I get a different kind of setup. And the next setup I'm going to have is going to be the heat transfer type of things. I don't know if you guys have seen like those 5-in-1 things where you can do t-shirts, you can do mugs, you can do glasses and different things. And you use sublimation paper, and you got to have a sublimation printer. That's why this stuff runs into some money. So that's why I just said, I'm going to take them off there until such time as I can make them a little bit better. Because another guy that I sent 2 of them to, and he wanted them personalized with something extra on there. He loved them. He said it was one of a kind and that I packaged everything well. Oh, here's the other stupid thing that the person got mad at me over is I had just started with Smile Doctors.
Mm.
And I used some extra packing material that may have had the address of my employer on there, but I had blacked that stuff out and just used like the bubble wrap. But they were pissed because it had an address on there. They said I packed it with stuff that had somebody else's address on it. They were pissed over that.
They mad about that?
Isn't that the stupidest thing you've ever heard? This woman must have been crazy.
I don't know.
But
yeah, that sounds like just somebody that wanted to bitch, Dana, more so than anything else.
yeah.
There's a lot of people like that just. Lord,
But
I don't
my
imagine
Etsy
that.
shop is the Morbid Beauty Boutique. In case anybody wants to.
Well, listen,
check that
I
out.
appreciate you showing me this movie because this actually like made my day, and I get to go out and buy it now. But I'm gonna have to get the hell off here and go see
Yeah,
what
I'm
these
gonna have
kids are
to
doing.
get off here soon too. Are the kids knocking at your door?
They've done everything in the world but that. I'm surprised one of them ain't thrown one of the other ones through the wall.
Oh my God. Well, thanks, Uncle Bill, for coming and sharing in this glorious movie with me. And
Hey, it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be, Dana. And this is
really,
a testament to you that you picked one that could have been like Tarot on Tour, could have been like Final Exam, but it was really good.
I wouldn't necessarily do that to you, Uncle Bill. I thought you would like this one, but I am doing summer school tomorrow night. You're welcome to come by for that one if you want to or can. But if you've got something else going on or whatever, that's fine.
Well, I never know. We'll see, Dana. We'll
All
see what
right.
happens. That's like one of my favorite movies of all time.
I know, mine too.
But
Steve says Ski School's better. I was like, you're not a
Steve full
horror
of shit.
fan. You're not a horror fan if
Ski
Summer
School.
School isn't your favorite.
Yeah. But anyway, I will talk to you soon, Dana.
All right. See you, Uncle Bill. All righty. Guys, I can probably stay on here a few minutes longer. Let me read through some of these. Blissful, I know you said you're doing the kinky side of Temu. Oh my. I'm sure Temu does have a kinky side. Let's see. Thank you, Blissful. You say, Dana, that's awesome. You say vanilla sugar is one of my favorite fragrances because I love smelling like a cupcake. Yeah, I mean, warm vanilla sugar, it's awesome. TJ, you said the way things go with Joe Bob, if Darcy leaves, she'll become a lawyer. LOL. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, blissful, exactly. You say, oh, bad reviews are just sabotage. Sorry for my frizzy hair. I washed it this afternoon and have not had a chance to straighten it yet. Yeah, I mean, they said that they, had pictures proving that it happened. And I looked at the picture that they put on there and I really couldn't tell anything blissful. And, like I said, I double and triple check everything before I would send it out anyway. But, some people are just crazy, or as you say, they're just wanting to sabotage things for people. So, TJ, you say probably because Joe Bob's TNT show was controlled by the Turner Network. They were in charge of the correspondence, not the mail girl. Also, early day fan interaction on the web was different. Exactly, TJ. Yeah, it was a different time during then. Yeah, Mayor. She does sound like a Karen. She would never be happy no matter what you did, Dan. And the funny thing was about that whole situation, if you can say anything was funny about it, was I was a little bit delayed on getting her pint glass together. Actually, I think she ordered two. Getting her pint glasses together, and I sent her a nice little note saying, it's going to be a little delayed. Apologies on that. And they were like fine with that. But then when they got it, they just went ballistic. Oh, well, thank you, Blissful. I'll be glad to get you one ready. Yeah, I've still got the candles available. Good night, TJ. You say enjoy a quiet Sunday. Hopefully, it'll be quiet around here. Yeah, exactly, Mayor. What the fuck, Steve? Oh, man. Um, So I probably can stay on here till about 9:30 if anybody wants to hang out with me for another um 10 minutes. If everybody leaves, of course, I'm going to get off here. But again, I want to remind everybody, I kind of reminded Uncle Bill real quickly that summer school will be the watch along for tomorrow night starting at 7 p.m. Eastern time. After I'm done with this, I'm going to get together some promotional material for the summer school watch along. So I hope many of you guys, if not all of you guys, are able to join me for that one tomorrow night. TJ, you say, Dana, people want their drinking glasses ASAP. LOL. Yeah, I know, TJ. Something evidently pissed this person off badly. Oh, awesome, Blissful. You say you got your horror movie nail supplies. They are amazing. Yeah, I looked at that link that you sent to me and I was like, wow, these are really cool. How did I not see these things before? Um, yeah, Mayor, it's actually the Morbid Beauty Boutique, but let me hold on just a second here. I am here we go. I think this will probably get you there. Yeah, and y'all can see that you can see that flaming review um, that this Billy person put in there. So let me know, Mayor, if that doesn't work to get you to the shop. And you can also see that another person that I sent some stickers um, was was nice to me about it. I've actually done 22 sales, which is not a lot, but you know, I don't expect to, be able to quit my job doing Etsy. So there are also little Tony stickers, and if you guys and gals aren't familiar with little Tony, he of course was the adolescent horn dog from Blood Lake. So I do have those. It worked, Mayor. Awesome, great. Um, Blissful, you say, I'll definitely suggest it to my friends who love horror and candles. Yeah. Um, and, I've got a lot of different scents because I use essential oils for the scents, and I just mix that into the wax. And I made myself one that smelled like rose, and because I love the smell of roses. Roses are actually my favorite flower, by the way. I always remind Steve of that. I said, if you ever want to get me flowers, and he's got me plenty of roses over the time we've been together. Actually, our first Valentine's Day, he got me roses. Bliss, you say, oh, I know of one friend who is a diehard Michael fan. Okay, cool. Yeah, basically, I've got a whole bunch of stickers like for the horror candles. Now, the last drive-in ones, I made those myself. But yeah, you can kind of cycle through some of these and see what some of these stickers look like. Um, and these are not really big candles, I will say that. But you got a ton of colors you can pick from, a lot of different scents that you can pick from. And again, I try to go with a horror theme on these. Like we've got Reanimator Rose, Herbert Honeysuckle, Lady in Lavender, Freesia Freddy, Jasmine Jason, Cannibal Bamboo, just Texas Chainsaw Tea. Yeah, I just try to be kind of creative with the stuff that I was doing. Oh yes, blissful. I love wildflowers too, and Steve has uh, got me some. I think they're called like no, I like wildflowers, but he got me something called crazy daisies. And I don't know if they grow them like this or they put some kind of dye in them, but he's gotten me those crazy daisies more than once that are just, oh, they're beautiful colors. It's just a shame they don't last longer, but they got a real pretty blue and pink and yellow and all that stuff. Um, Mayor, you say, I saved your shop to my favorites, Dan. Well, thank you, Mayor. I appreciate that. Coco, you say, I want a cabin with wildflowers all around. Oh, that would be awesome. Actually, I don't know if y'all have heard me talk about my mom. Well, actually, I did a live stream back around Halloween sometime where I actually went up to my mom's cabin that my dad built for her that's up behind their house. I mean, it's not one with, running water and all that stuff. It's an actual just a one room cabin that she used to go up there a lot more, but I actually filmed or did a live stream, and it's still on my in my lives. If anybody's interested in going back and seeing that, I think I did it last year in the fall. And so, uh, but So I'll stay on here a couple more minutes, but I'm going to have to go use the restroom before I start squirming in my chair here, because as we were going through this movie, I was drinking this energy drink, and it has the same effect on me that the soft drinks do. Yeah, yeah, I think you'll enjoy that. You say I'll look that up because I love cabins. Yeah, it's you're probably gonna have to scroll down in my live streams a little bit to find it. Because like I said, I did it last year. Because I did a Halloween special actually on Halloween through the day. But what the heck is that thing? Yeah, crap. I know it's still on here. I thought it was because I was thinking that the reason why I did it kind of was Garrett had said something about because I had mentioned my mom's cabin, and he said you should do a live stream or something like that up at your mom's cabin. Um, and surely YouTube didn't. Here it is. 9 months ago, I did it's live from my mom's cabin in the woods, which um, it was actually the whole thing was um, a little over an hour, or about an hour. Sorry, I should say. Blissful, you say, I've had enough fancy. Just give me a porch and a good book. Yeah. My mom doesn't read a lot, but she would go up there and bring a portable DVD player or whatever. No, Mayor, I did not find a flesh bound book at her cabinet. Yeah, I've seen enough Evil Dead movies and another, like Joe Bob says, spam in a cabin movies to know, yeah, you don't do that. TJ said, I didn't leave yet, but gonna go watch Terrifier 2 because I keep almost seeing spoilers and I can't wait till October, then some Friday and this Friday 13th the series. Yeah, I got to get on the stick with that too, TJ. So you have a good night there. For y'all's benefit, I will show you a little snippet of this video so you can kind of get the flavor of it. That let's see, and decide if you want to, if it's even worth the trouble to watch it. So hold on just 1 second here. I'm going to share my screen. I don't think this is going to get blocked or cause me problems. If it does, there's something very wrong there. Hey everybody, I don't know if anybody's in here yet. I was the time was up in the air about when I was going to be able to do this, or even if I was going to be able to do it. But looks like I got good signal. I got all 4 or 5 bars, but I'm right outside my mom's cabin. If you heard my mom in the background, she says she hasn't done any work up here at the cabin, so just excuse how it looks. My mom is a neatness freak, and she likes everything to be clean. So, hey, Robert Long. So we do have Robert Long in here. You say 1982 Trick or Treat's 40-year anniversary. Well, I didn't realize that, Robert Long, but that's good information.
Yes, it is peaceful.
So
Blissful.
we got Robert Long up in here, and hopefully, I'm just kind of walking around outside. You can see Mom's cabin behind me. It's not real big. I think we got another person in here too, so we might have a full house here. But this is, this is what it's like to live out in the sticks, guys. For those of you that don't know country living, this is country living. This is, I didn't grow up right here, but I grew up on this property, basically. So this is where the Evil Dead chick grew up at. Well, Robert Long, somebody dropped out of here. Maybe people are having trouble getting on here, but I'm hoping that we have several. I don't know how long I'll be able to film on here, actually. I probably need to bring up the
Yeah, that was my snafu there. I was trying to do something, and I was not.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I temporarily went off there. I'm doing this from my phone, so it's kind of a different experience. It's kind of disorienting a little bit. Now, when I actually start filming, you can see the cabin there behind me. When I start filming inside the cabin, I'm going to have to change the view of the camera. And I promised my mom that I will not film her. So, hey, Texas, you say there's a madman out there? Could be. If there was going to be a madman, he would definitely be here. Which, like I said, my mom has not been up to the cabin. And how long's it been, Mom? All summer long, she has not been up to the cabin. So if she ain't had time to do it, my dad has a little, I guess it's not a side business. It is his business now. I'll advertise for him. Red Barn Antiques and Collectibles. If you're ever out in this area, you can visit my dad's Antiques and Collectibles place. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to switch the camera where it will be facing out and not facing me for a little bit, because I know you guys don't want to just see me. I wouldn't want to see me. Let's see what happens here. Okay. So I'm going to attempt to keep my mom out of the shots. You can hear her laughing right there. So she did tell me that there are holes in her porch. So somebody's shooting a gun. That's another thing you hear out in the country quite often, especially this time of the year. And you can see Mom's got a picnic table out here. We used to have weenie roasts up here some when I was still living at home.
I think I had a little snafu there too. I had a couple of those.
Some odd reason. Like I said, I'm trying to get used to. See, we're going inside the cabin now. Don't worry, Mom, I'm not filming. Yeah, Texas, it is important to remember to be careful because I almost tripped on a big pile of mud twice out there because I'm not used to like walking around without, with having a camera up in front of my face. I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. But so it kind of looks like pioneer times in here. Yeah, mom's telling everybody she cooks on the wood stove up here. I actually was up here one time when she either made soup or a pot of beans. It was vegetable soup because mom knows I love vegetable soup. So let me get a shot of the wood stove. There's my mom's wood stove. Actually, Dad got this for her. I think Dad put it in. So yeah, this is like a 15-year-old cabin, guys. Mom's got her a chair up here. She's got some curtains on the window. This painting. Oh no, that's not the painting. I thought at first that was the painting that my cousin Heather had done. She's the artist in the family, but no, this is just a picture. I didn't figure she would bring that up here, but I thought maybe she had for a decoration. You see Mom's pile of wood there that she puts in the wood stove. She's got a rocking chair in here. And what's good about this place, guys, is it's very peaceful up here for the most part. So, if you guys are very, if you live stress-filled lives, then you need to have somebody build you a cabin out in the wilderness. And we actually had to come up here on the four-wheeler. I didn't know we were going to have to come up on the four-wheeler or an ATV for those of you that are more city-fied. You don't call them four-wheelers. Probably call them ATVs. Well, I think ATV is all-terrain vehicle. But she's got some candles up here. I mean, this is just a nice little one room. No electricity and no running water. I mean, you are literally roughing it when you're up here. So, Texas said hi, Dana's mom. And he actually lives in Texas. Texas, did you hear my mom say hi? Yeah, my cousin Maddie lives in Texas with her family. But I'm getting ready to step back outside of the cabin, so I'm going to attempt not to film my mom, because if she is on any of this video, she's going to be real mad at me. So, I don't want her to get mad at me. But there's Mom's got a rocking chair out here as well.
All right, guys, I won't bore you with that anymore, but I kind of wanted to give you a little snippet of what exactly that video entailed. If, like I said, if you want to go check that out, it is on my channel, live from my mom's cabin in the woods. Somebody, I think, told me later that they thought I was going to be watching Cabin in the Woods. I was like, no, it's actually a live stream that I did from my mom's cabin. And at first I wasn't sure that I'd actually be able to do it, how the signal would be and all that stuff, but it did pretty well. But guys and gals, yeah, now, actually, when Steve and I got together and were getting serious about each other and talking about getting married and all that, my mom actually said, "You and Steve can go up there and stay in it." You couldn't get Steve to do that. It's like pulling teeth.
But it would have been nice. My mom used to have a bed up there. But as you could see when I was filming around there, the bed is no longer there. So probably it wouldn't be a good idea to try to stay overnight now. My mom could probably sleep in the recliner or the chair that she's got in there, but I can't do that. I've got to be in a bed or a couch at least. But yeah, that would be a very nice idea if I could get Steve to do it. But guys and gals, I hope you have enjoyed this the watch along for Superstition. I was very pleased, one, that Uncle Bill was able to join me tonight because you didn't have to hear my tired old ass talking about shit for an hour and a half almost. But also that Uncle Bill liked it enough to actually purchase his own copy. And hopefully, maybe it encouraged some of you guys to seek this out and watch it. Couldn't find a full free version, but if you want to try, for those of you that weren't able to watch it tonight, if you wanted to try renting it first for $3, it's just $3, so you could try it out then. Thank you, Blissful. You say, Dana, tonight was fun. Thank you. That's right, Coco. You said, what? If a dude has a Gavin, I'm in. Yeah, but you got to know my husband. He's just, I love Steve, but he's a whole different breed, But so I'm glad that it seemed like you guys had fun. And Coco, you say, okay, Dana, I didn't get to watch the movie, but I enjoyed chilling with you guys off and on. I left Banana Shake and came back. Well, I'm glad, Coco, that you did enjoy your time here. And don't ever worry about not being welcome in here, even if you're not watching the movie, because I don't require that people watch the movie. If they want to get the movie or they already own the movie and they want to watch along, that's perfectly fine. But if they can't or don't want to, and they just want to come in here and just hang out and chill, then that is perfectly fine too. But before I pee my pants, I know that sounds gross, I'm going to get off of here for the night. So, as I always say, I'm going to skedaddle on out of here for the night, and I will see everyone on the flip side. You guys and gals have a great night, and hopefully I'll see many of you tomorrow night starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for summer school. Good night, guys. See you next time.